What's up, YouTube? Kaijudo here. I just got back from my set premiere, and yeah, it was a lot of fun. I ended up getting first place. The deck I played, I did get a bye round 1, but yeah, I won round 2 and I won round 3. So yeah, I liked my deck. I played a lot. It was actually 5 civilizations clumped together. A lot of good cards, I guess. Yeah, surprisingly, it was not that bad. You know, consistency issues weren't a problem. I did a few things to make sure that my deck was pretty consistent. And yeah, so I'm just going to go ahead and just show you guys the deck I played in the sealed event. So yeah, remember this is a sealed deck, so please don't try and build this in real life or anything. So yeah, I start out with 2 drops. I've got 1 Havent Diver and 1 Wavebreaker Tribe. Just standard 2 for 3k droppers, pretty strong. I like turn 2 options. Turn 2 is probably the best time to start doing stuff in sealed there. Yeah, I don't think I mentioned this yet, but this is actually a draft, so it's not like I opened my 5 packs and took stuff. We drafted all the cards that we got. So yeah, the decks were much better than what they would be if we had just opened the packs. Last 2 drops I got are 2 Metal Max. Yeah, this card's really great. Not much to say. It's literally so much better than Flamevent Diver and Wavebreaker. And yeah. Continuing for the 3 drops. First off, I have 3 Plasma Pincer. Yeah, I picked this up. This was like the first card I got, I think. Actually, no. I actually pulled a King Alberon and a Cordia. I couldn't actually resist getting them just because they were super rares. I didn't play either of them because they seemed really terrible, but yeah, I did pick both of them up. But the first actual card I got for my deck was a Plasma Pincer. I really like this card in Sealed. I think it's amazing. You know, the untapping itself is just so powerful, and of course it's a 5,000 beater that pretty much can't be actually destroyed by battle, except for a few cases. Alright, continuing, I've got 2 Lost Patrol, sort of another form of Plasma Pincer. Doesn't have the untapping, but it's more reliable against stuff like, I don't know, Cinder Fist and other cards that let you like tap and run over. Speaking of that, 2 Targusher. Yeah, this card was great. I wish I had more of this, but yeah, I only got to get 2. Yeah, Slayers are really, really good in this format. I kind of underestimated them. I made sure to pick up a few, but yeah, I didn't like. I got the Evil Toy 4 for 2,000 Slayer. I didn't actually end up running that, but I think reflecting back, I probably would have ended up putting that in. Targusher was absolutely insane, though. The tap ability and the Slayer ability is so useful. Yeah, I would go like crash this, and then if they tried to block, I could just like tap something else. I had one time, I actually won my last round by my opponent had to destroy my Targusher because he didn't want me to slay his thing. So I just tapped his blocker, and then I just attacked him for a game the next turn. So yeah, it was pretty good. Alright, continuing, I got 1 Unstable Rockhound. Pretty solid card overall. Bounce a creature when it dies. Another card that's like good versus blockers. You can, if they block this, then you can bounce something else, and then you can just keep going off. 1 Bloom Warden. Another pretty. Yeah, this is the first blocker I think I've shown so far. I actually ran a lot of blockers. Yeah, this is the only 3-drop blocker I have. But yeah, this card was pretty good. 3 for 4,000 is pretty strong. Got 1 Headstrong Wanderer. I only ran this. I put a lot of cards in here based on the fact that they were just mono civ. You know, I was kind of like, literally every card I've shown so far is dual civ. So I needed to make sure that I actually had ways to put the mono civ cards in mana. I ran a lot of mono civ cards that were pretty subpar, but they were just easy to put into mana. So that's why I ran Headstrong. I don't actually think I ever summoned it. It was literally just mana fodder. Alright, 4 drops. This was by far my favorite part of the deck. I really enjoyed this. 4 Replicator Patrols. Yeah, I made sure. I got 1 as a last pick from the first pack, and then I just started picking up more and more as the packs went on. I think there was one that I think I could have gotten 1 more, but yeah, I only got 4. 4 worked out fine. I never actually summoned like 3 or 4 or anything. I would just go. I summoned another Replicator Patrol with the effect like 3 times. It was really good. Yeah, the amount of value that this gives you, it literally just it gives you like 8 mana for 1 turn almost, so it's just insane. And at 3,500 is nothing to laugh at. I mean, if worse comes to worse, you can do stuff like crashing with metal maxes, and of course it gets over the stuff like wave breaker tribes and flame vent divers and stuff. Alright, 2 Lore Strider. Yeah, Lore Strider is a pretty good card. 4 for 4,000 is pretty good. And of course the draw power is actually very strong, even though this deck's only 30 cards. And going into mana is pretty helpful too. Yeah, it's just an overall solid card. I ran 2 Angler Clusters. Yeah, it's a pretty good card. 4 for 5,000. 5,000 is really big for a blocker in here, so yeah. I have 1 Gaunt Boneweaver. Yeah, this card's really good in sealed. I only got to see 1. Probably would have ran more than 1 had I had the opportunity to. But yeah, just 1. Yeah, it was pretty much just bait. My opponent was forced to remove this with their spells before they did anything else. And yeah, I think that's it for the blockers. So that's like a total of 8 blockers out of 30 cards. So a little more than 1/4 of my deck was blockers. Pretty solid. Yeah, most of my wins, I would just go on the second turn. I would never actually put a Metal Max, Wavebreaker Tribe, or a Flame Vent into mana. I'd drop one of them on turn 2. Turn 3, I'd drop another thing, and then turn 4, I would just start swarming the field with blockers, so they couldn't actually run over my 2 and 3 drops. And there were such limited shield blasts that like I didn't have to worry about them like bone blading or terror pitting my thing. I think like Scalding Surge was the thing, and yeah, Scalding Surge was about the only thing that I had to worry about. Yeah, I mean, I don't think anyone else had Crystallize. I think I had a Crystallize. Yeah, I had a Crystallize, but I think I was the only person that had one. So I didn't have to worry too much about that. Alright, so yeah, just continuing. 1 Sky Talon Harrier. Not actually that great. This is another one of those cards I just wanted to run, just because it's mono. And yeah, have you noticed, like, what's it called? The Replicator Patrols, they're all mono civ. Angler Clusters are mono civ. Gaunt is mono civ. So the blockers can easily just be the things that I like to put into mana, which I liked about them a lot. Alright, and I got 2 5-drops, 1 Ninja Pumpkin, and 1 Onslaught Trooper. Never dropped either of them. They were both very useless. They were just mana. I probably would have swapped one of these out for the Evil Toy Slayer. Those definitely would have been more useful. Thought Onslaught Trooper would have some applications. It really didn't. And Ninja Pumpkin was pretty bad too. Like I said, it didn't actually get on the field at any point. It was just mana. So yeah, then I had 4 spells. 1 Blade Barrier. Yeah, I used this like once. I had a pretty good play of like Blade Barriering something, crashing into it with Tar Gusher, and then tapping something else, and then running over that with a Replicator Patrol, and then running over something else with the other Replicator Patrol I had, and I just cleared his entire field. It was really good. But yeah, that was the only thing that Blade Barrier did. Definitely a good card, though. 1 Scalding Surge. Pretty good card. I mean, it gets rid of a lot of stuff, and at worst, it bounces stuff. So, yeah, Shield Blasts are obviously, like, amazing in this format. So, I ran every single Shield Blast I got. I had also 1 Crystallize. Yeah, I mean, this card was actually never used, but I had one scenario where, like, if this had stayed in my hand, it would have been really good, but it got Maddening Whispered, so. Yep. Alright, and last card is Foul Mana. Card never played. It was great turn 1 mana, I'll say that for sure, but other than that, it had no use. So yeah, that was my deck. Sealed deck. Remember, please don't actually try and build this and take it to a real tournament. Yeah, this was just a sealed deck. I just wanted to show you guys. And yeah. Alright. Well, I hope you guys liked the video. Thanks for watching, and peace.